So, I've always kind of had an interest in coin collecting. I always found them interesting, especially like foreign coins when I was a kid and stuff, because, they look so foreign. But anyway, I've been sort of just randomly finding interesting coins in my change, silver quarters, like all really worn, really circulated, so not worth much over just the silver content. But like, what am I gonna just go and spend it at the supermarket or something, when it's worth like a couple bucks or something? So anyway, over the pandemic, it seems that we started to accrue lots of coins. My wife had a jar in the kitchen, and people would come home and just empty their pocket and throw the change in, and it kept filling up. And then we're like, well, what do we do? Everything's kind of closed down, so we'll worry about it later. So then I started to kind of look through online, do some research with some of the coins that I had, and then I started to learn more about it. And one of the things that I learned about was star notes. In the collecting world, they call bills notes, but star notes. And what they are is, it'll have a serial number with a star before or after it. That's a replacement bill. So when they print a bill and there's an error, there's something wrong with it, the printer gets jammed, whatever, they then redo those serial numbers with a star next to it. So I had read, because I'm like, wow, okay, so I look through my bills, I'm like, I don't see any star notes. Over the next few weeks, I'm looking through, don't see any star notes. So how common are they? So I look it up, and I've read that they're like 1 to 3% of bills are star notes. So I was like, okay, so if I go through like 100 bills, I'll find 1 to 3. So, I wonder if I collect, if I go to the bank, say, and get like $50 in singles, I'll probably find a star note. So then I thought, you know what? Go big or go home. So I ended up with $1,000 worth of bills. Sometimes I'd get a stack of 50. Sometimes I'd get like these two here, 100. Here's another 100, and I just have them all collected here in this box. Another 100, and since I didn't really want to go into a bank and say, hey, yo, can I get 1,000 singles, figuring that they probably don't have them, I would go in and get like 100, go in and get 50. I went to a bunch of different banks in town, figuring kind of not only spread them around so it doesn't look like, I'm going and getting like just all these singles for what random reason, like going to a strip club or something, like daily. But I also wanted to, some banks might have like new bills, some banks might have old bills, whatever, get a variety. Unfortunately, I never got a stack of bills that was all like uncirculated, all brand new consecutive serial numbers, because I thought that would have been kind of neat. And I figured going to the bank, you're probably going to get that at least every now and then. But nope, never got any. So I'm going to go through these, see if I have any star notes. And also a thing is the serial numbers. So there's a whole list of all kinds of interesting serial numbers. One's like, there's 8 numbers. If like all 8 numbers are 2, that's a collectible bill. If the 8 numbers go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or something, they're all in order, or if they go like 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there's some pattern, there's some whatever. Then there's also birthday notes. So say somebody was born like July 23rd, 2007, So it would be 07 here in the US. 07, what did I say, 23rd? 0723 2007. I think I said 2007. So that would be like a birthday note. Or like 12, 18, 1981 or something. So I'm going to go through these and look at the serial numbers and see if there's anything interesting. As well as just any interesting bills, maybe an old one, whatever. So let's see what happens. Stay tuned. I went through all the bills, 1,000 singles, and came up with a little stack of things. Some, I think worth a little, nothing that major. But I'm going to go through the interesting bits that I found. And first off, found some like really super beat up bills. Let me zero in a little closer. Like really beat up bills. It says tape in the middle. It's all like frayed and chewed up. Another one that's pretty beat up. And this is only from, this is 1977. This one is 2003. This one here, it looks like somebody dipped it in coffee or something. And it's 1988. Oh my goodness, I should have worn glasses. So anyway, we have those. 3 pretty beat up bills. Like, I don't know, the bank is handing these out. They're like almost destroyed. I did find some interesting bills other than just beat up bills. I found some star notes. So 1, that's in pretty good shape. 2, it's a little banged up. 3, that's not very good at all. 4, it's alright. 5, it's alright. 6, kind of a little banged up. So, the star notes I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, that is like 0.6%. Not at all the 1 to 3% that people claim. But anyway, so that's what we had there. Then I found some with interesting serial numbers. So I found a site that you can punch in the serial number and it gives you like a complete list, like more information than you'd ever need. It's mycurrencycollection.com, and I'll put a link in the description. It sounds like a motorcycle outside. Anyway, so I found this one here. So 755-77667, and on this site, when you put it in, it comes up as 97.5% on the coolness meter, and the higher percent, the better. So I guess that's pretty cool. It's 4 of a kind and 2 pairs. So that's a neat little bill there. I found some sequential serial numbers that I thought were kind of interesting. These 2 here are actually 2017, and they're like over 800 serial numbers apart, and we're like right next to each other in a stack of bills. So I thought that was kind of neat. From 2017, somehow they've been floating around together. So I thought that was kind of neat, but worth nothing. Then I found these sequential serial numbers, also 2017. So 43236698, 97, 96, 95, 94. So somehow these 5 bills have been floating around since 2017. So it's that 26 years together. So apparently people aren't using money very much. Then I found some really kind of neat, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Sorry, 6 years ago. My math is terrible. 2017 was 6 years ago. I wrote it all down. I wrote all these notes down and, then went off script and tried to do math in my head. But anyway, I found this. 5255554, and this comes up as 98.8% on the coolness meter. So that's kind of neat. I'll see if I can zoom in even a little more. Okay, so that's pretty neat. On the site, when I punched it in, 98.8% coolness, it has 6 of a kind. That 0.023% of bills have 6 of a kind. So that's pretty neat. 5 of a kind together, the 5s, 0.037% of bills have that. And 3 unique digits, 0.71% have that. So there we are. So that's probably the coolest one. But anyway, moving on. Another motorcycle. Moving on, we have this one here that has like a darker, the 8, if it just focuses in on that, the 8 is a little bit darker, and that's just over inking, and it's really not worth much at all. But I thought it was kind of neat. I didn't find any birthday notes, or I didn't find any gas pump notes where one of the digits is like up, like it's turning over. So I found this here, 1984. So that's kind of like a Van Halen thing. I don't know if it's worth anything, but it's kind of interesting. Kind of a Van Halen album there. So I found a bunch of 4-digit together. Okay, so those are 95.3% cool, and 0.46% have 4 numbers together. So less than 0.5%. And I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those. So I guess that's kind of worth something. They sell on eBay for, I don't know, a little over face value. But the issue with selling on eBay is there's like a 30% charge for me to put a thing in. And then shipping to send it, I would want to have it tracked or something, or else somebody's going to say, oh, I never got it. And then they refund the money, and I'm out the bill, as well as the money and the 30-cent fee. And then there's a percentage. So if somebody buys this for $2, it charges me 30 cents plus a percentage of the $2. So I don't know if it's hardly even worth it. It probably isn't worth it. But it was interesting anyway. Then I found some with 3 7s. So I looked that up, and those are angel notes, because 777 is supposed to be like a number for the angel, or an angel, or something like that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And some people do pay a premium for that. I think it's more of what I've heard, like an eBay thing. People just put them up on eBay, and a lot of keywords, and somebody comes along and says, you know what, I'd like to have one of those. And I mean, it's $1, so what is it going to cost them? $1.50 or $2? And then I found a couple with, come on, that's my dog scratching his collar. He wants attention. He's getting bored. So I also found 3 6s in a row. So, of course, Satan or the devil or whatever. And people have been buying these. Some people, I think just for fun, have bought them on eBay for $6.66. A bid of $666 for a 666 bill. So, I don't know if they're worth anything, but there we are. And that's all that I found. So, was it fun? Yeah, it was like a treasure hunt. It was awesome. Was it worth it? I don't know. I guess if I sold the bills that I found for like the highest premium, then it took probably all totaled 3 or 4 hours, and at like a minimum wage around here, I'm not sure, I think it's $15 or something, like $45-$60 or whatever. I don't think I would make that back. So was it worth it? I don't know. I'm a musician, so I'm certainly used to working for a lot less than minimum wage. But it was fun. So, would I do it again? Probably not. But, would I grab, if I was bored and, grab a stack of, 100 singles and go through them just for kicks? Like, yeah, maybe. So, who knows? But, hope you enjoyed. I did. It was fun.